But as I said, with any major project, the environmental and social impacts. You get it? And usually these environmental and social impacts, it affects the local community a lot. So that's why every project EPA requires that these impacts should be assessed. So the reason why we are doing the environmental impact is that all these things will be considered at different phases of the project, so that when issues come up, they can be mitigated. So these things can be incorporated into the project. So as we said, one of the benefits of the project is going to provide employment, both direct and indirect. So when I'm talking about direct employment, the port itself will employ people. Indirect, there are people who are doing their own jobs. It will boom. So let's say even this place is a tourist hub. Those who are running hotels and things, because there will be influx of people, it will boom. Now, fishing, yes, he gave an example. The local fishermen, because of where the port will be located, you see, the port is a security zone, so they will not be allowed to fish at those places. But there will be other fishing landing areas that will be created for them to fish. And then even there will be industrial fishing, so and there'll be things like cold store and things. You can see examples of what's happening in Tema, what's happening in Takoradi. You know, GPHA is very experienced in building ports. So they have experience in all these things. So they are bringing all those experiences. And as I was saying, because there'll be a lot of construction work, there'll be noise, there'll be dust, there'll be vibration. How do you manage all these things? So all these things, that's why I'm doing the environmental impact assessment, to show how to manage all these things. So there'll be management plans to manage all these environmental and social. And you know that the Keta Lagoon is a protected site. So the ecologists, there are people who are worried. Are you come to destroy mangroves? Are you come to destroy habitats of species? And that's why we are doing the impact. We are taking note of all the species that are in this area. So there's something called baseline study. So what the baseline study does is that before anything starts, we are looking at the environment as it is now. That's a baseline study. We are looking at how the environment is now in terms of the social, what jobs are being done here, what is the livelihood of the people, what is the noise levels, what is the pollution levels. So when the project is in different phases, it can be compared to what was initially here. So if somebody came to say that, right now Keta is so noisy, Keta is so dusty, the question is, what are you going to compare that with? You are going to compare to the work that we have done. That when we did the work, this was the noise levels at Keta, and somebody saying that, oh, maybe fishes are dying, or the marine fishes are, or the marine species are reducing. What are we going to compare it? It is based on the data that we've picked now, the records that we have now. So this becomes a reference document for the future. It will be referred to that, look, this was how Keta was before they built the port, and this is the effect. So the effect is both positive and negative. What are the employment levels here? In the future, when Ghana Statistics, they do the population census, they did some recently. In the future, they can compare the amenities that were here. They can compare. Everything can be compared in the future. So that's why the environmental and social impact assessment is very important. It's for the future to be compared. So is the community doing better? Has the what comes to improve lives? Or it has made lives worse? With time, the records will show. So this is why we are doing the impact assessment. And no investor will invest in any major project without seeing the environmental and social impact assessment. So they have to pass this phase, get the permit for EPA, and EPA will give them conditions that they have to meet at every stage. Once they meet those conditions, they protect the environment. So that's why we are doing all these things. I work with Cares Group. I'm the technical manager for Cares Group. I'm also an environmental Cares Group. Yes, Cares Group. I'm also an environmental expert.